To Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin. All across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news. We are 24 News Radio TV.
A lovely evening to you. Many thanks for joining us on the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. My name is Grace Wafo. The Olubadan designate Oba Rashidi Ladoja will be crowned as the 44th Olubadan of Ibadan land on Friday, September 26, 2025. Reports revealed that his nomination has been approved by the state governor, Sheyi Makinde. It was further gathered that the state delegation met with Ladoja and other members of the Olubadan in council at his private residence today. The Network for the Actualization of Social Growth and Viable Development has faulted the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority over its recent directive mandating passengers to switch off their mobile phones completely during takeoff and landing instead of using airplane mode. The Director General of NCAA, Captain Chris Najomo, had at a stakeholders meeting in Abuja announced that electronic devices must now be turned off entirely during flight, a move that effectively ends the long-standing practice of using flight mode. Reacting in a statement signed by its country head of office, NEFGAD described the directive as a source of serious international embarrassment to Nigeria. The organization said the move by the NCAA is an attempt to cover up its regulatory ineptitude, which have created multiple embarrassments for the country in recent times. The group argued that the aviation sector has advanced far beyond the NCAA's position, noting that modern aircraft are built to withstand interference from personal devices and even provide in-flight Wi-Fi. NEFGAD further warned that the directive portrays Nigeria's airspace as being dominated by outdated aircraft. The group also accused the NCAA of neglecting more pressing issues in the sector, including reforms on aircraft technology standards, passenger codes of conduct, consumer protection guidelines, and aviation security management. NEFGAD disclosed it has petitioned the National Office for Technology Acquisition and Promotion to verify the technology status of Nigerian airlines, warning that the NCAA stance could send dangerous signals to the international community about the state of Nigeria's airspace. And from Kano State, the Kano State government has approved the formation of a mobilization task force on voter registration to encourage citizens to participate fully in the ongoing voter registration exercise. This was contained in a statement released by Musa Tanko Muhammad, Press Secretary to the Office of the Secretary to the State Government. The statement disclosed that the initiative is a strategic intervention aimed at ensuring maximum participation of Kano residents in line with the directives of the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC). It urged traditional institutions, civil society groups, political parties, trade unions, youth and women organizations, and the general public to collaborate with the government to achieve the exercise objectives. And from Bayelsa State, Governor Doye Diri of Bayelsa State has approved the allocation of land to the Nigeria Police Command Zone 16 for the construction of administrative and residential structures. Diri gave the approval following a courtesy visit by the new Assistant Inspector General of Police Johnson Adenola, the Commissioner of Police Francis Idu, and other officers of the command. The governor directed the Ministry of Land and Survey and the Secretary to the state government to liaise with the command for the allocation of the land in response to AIG Adenola's request. He said the location of the headquarters of the command, which covers Bayelsa and Rivers in Yenagoa, was a pride to the state as it has greatly enhanced security. He commended the AIG for acknowledging the concerns he raised with his predecessor, particularly on the issues of multiple roadblocks on the highways, and expressed optimism that the command will address the challenges. He urged security agencies to adopt a non-kinetic approach through intelligence gathering to tackle security issues, as security was everybody's responsibility. Diri stated that his administration had deployed the use of technology through the installation of closed-circuit television cameras in major parts of the city, as well as drones to curb crime in the state. President Bola Tinubu has commended the Nigerian armed forces for their effort in combating insurgency and criminality, stressing that his administration is equally focused on addressing the underlying causes of insecurity. Tinubu gave the commendation while speaking at the plenary session on peace and stability at the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development, TICAD-9, which was held in Yokohama, Japan. In a statement issued by a Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the President said Nigeria's military achievements must be matched with bold governance reforms. He reaffirmed that inclusivity, diversity, and respect for the rule of law remain Nigeria's greatest strength, describing the momentum in the armed forces as a springboard for national development and stability. The President also urged African leaders to rethink peace-building approaches, citing recent mediation successes in Congo as proof that linking peace outcomes to investment could work. Tinubu further appealed for reforms at the United Nations, particularly in the Security Council, arguing that Africa deserves greater representation. This is still the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. Still to come are news from the foreign scene and the world of sports. Stay with us. Glad to know that you're still there. If you're just joining us, this is the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. Over now to the foreign scene. Report says the death toll from a collision between a bus carrying Afghan migrants returning from Iran and two other vehicles in western Afghanistan has risen to 76. Police in Guzara district outside Herat city, where the accident took place on Tuesday night, said the bus collided with a motorcycle and a truck carrying fuel, sparking a fire. The bus was carrying Afghans recently returned from Iran to the capital, Kabul. At least 1.5 million people have returned to Afghanistan since the start of this year from Iran and Pakistan, both of which have sought to force migrants out after decades of hosting them. And from Israel, Israel's defense minister has approved a plan for the conquest of Gaza City and authorized the call-up of around 60,000 reservists to carry it out. Defense Minister Israel Katz moves, confirmed by a spokesperson, powered pressures on Hamas as mediators pushing for a ceasefire in the nearly two-year war in Gaza awaited an official Israeli response on their latest proposal. While mediator Qatar had expressed guarded optimism over the latest proposal, a senior Israeli official said the government stood firm on its call for the release of all hostages in any agreement. The framework that Hamas had approved proposes an initial 60-day truce, a staggered hostage release, the freeing of some Palestinian prisoners, and provisions allowing for the entry of aid into Gaza. The latest truce proposal came after Israel's Security Cabinet approved plans to conquer Gaza City, despite fears it will worsen the already catastrophic humanitarian crisis. Meanwhile, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has yet to publicly comment on the plan, but said last week that his country would accept an agreement in which all the hostages are released at once and according to conditions for ending the war. And from the world of sports, ex-Super Eagles striker Brown Ideye has announced his retirement from professional football. Ideye confirmed his decision in a post on X. The 36-year-old featured for clubs in England, Greece, China, Ukraine, and Spain during his career. Ideye, who won 26 caps and scored 6 times for Nigeria, was also part of the squad that won the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations in South Africa. Liverpool forward Mohamed Salah has been crowned the Professional Footballers Association Men's Player of the Year for 2025, becoming the first player to win the award 3 times. Aston Villa midfielder Morgan Rogers was named Young Player of the Year, while former England boss Gareth Southgate received the PFA Merit Award for his contributions to football and achievement with the national team. Salah played a pivotal role in Liverpool's Premier League title triumph last season, finishing as the league's top scorer with 29 goals and 18 assists. The Liverpool star had already scooped the 2024-25 Premier League Player of the Season and the Football Writers Association Footballer of the Year award, completing a remarkable personal campaign. Other nominees for the PFA award include Reds teammate Alexis Alister, Manchester United Bruno Fernandes, Newcastle striker Alexander Isak, Chelsea forward Cole Palmer, and Arsenal's Declan Rice. And that is a wrap on the news update on 24 News Radio and Television. Do stay tuned for more programs to be coming your way. My name is Grace Nwafo. Have a lovely evening.
From Abuja to Lagos, Sokoto to Port Harcourt, Enugu to Ilorin, all across Nigeria, we bring you news and information that will make your day. We are news, we are 24